Hey everybody, it's time for Off the Ledge. Today is Sunday. It's February 23rd, 2025, and I do these daily videos to get us to a place of feeling more calm. And when we're calm and centered, we're much more effective. Makes sense, doesn't it? Today is the day that we meet for Church of Spirituality. Just a heads up. The program did not get sent today. I have had technical difficulties. I definitely am in need of an assistant. So until that happens, things will be a little kind of quirky. Let's start with our astrology report for today from our resident astrologer, Kathy Beal. EmpowermentUnlimited.net is where you go to get an astrology reading for yourself, to have your chart read. Having your chart read is about kind of like seeing the blueprint, your soul's blueprint for this lifetime. So don't miss that. Kathy Beal, and here she is.
This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. Now we're getting somewhere. Boy, the information flow, all kinds of disclosures, all kinds of realizations are feeding directly into action. It is time to implement things you have learned. It is time to act on information that has come to light. Mercury is trining Mars, action hero of the sky, as he stations direct and ends a retrograde that has been in place since December 6th. And he will not quite move for another week or so, but notice how action now feels possible. And watch in the news, big stuff about to finally be possible. That's all for now.
I like it. That was really good. So Mars goes direct today, and we're right in that sort of middle time when it's making the turn. You can kind of look at it that way. It's I want us all to keep in mind that there's a collective despair energy in the emotional collective energy. There is a collective despair. We're all connected, so you will feel it. If you haven't already, you'll probably notice it's kind of in the air. So go gentle with yourself and be gentle with others. And if you can kind of cut back on what you expect of yourself and others, it'll kind of help you through this time. There's thousands upon thousands of federal employees who have been just suddenly fired from their jobs, and they run our country. So let's keep in mind that we're in a collective despair, and that we'll come back. So don't lose hope, because we will come back, and we are coming back, just kind of like what Kathy was saying there. From Ernest Holmes' The Science of Mind, we have non-resistance. Gandhi built his whole philosophy of life around the theory of non-violence. An ancient Chinese sage said that all things are possible to the person who can perfectly practice inaction. And the Bible exclaims, "Be still and know that I am God." Surely some great truth must be contained in these simple thoughts. There is a spiritual consciousness that, through the power of non-resistance, can change a condition that appears solid. By way of illustration, let us think of an iceberg. When the sun's rays daily fall upon it, it will dissolve. That which was an obstruction becomes liquid. Such is the power of non-violence. There is something flowing in, around, and through all things that nothing can resist. This is the something that the great and the wise have known about and have used. But too often our way is the way of resistance. We try to change the outer without changing the inner first. So this is really apropos. And also he included from the Gospel of Matthew, "I say unto you that ye resist not evil." We'll be talking more about this at 1 o'clock today at Church of Spirituality, so make sure you join us for the live stream every single week. Once again, if you normally receive the program, you did not receive it today. I apologize for that. We will get a handle on things. This morning, I received a really strong message. You may have heard this quote before: "Love will find a way." So let's hold that in our consciousness. Love will find a way, and also to keep in mind that yes, we are bearing witness to evil. There's no other way to put it. It's to willingly, unnecessarily, it's always unnecessarily, inflict cruelty on other human beings is evil. That's how you might define it. And what we're seeing happen with this criminal coup that's happening in the United States right now is to intentionally inflict cruelty and intentionally inflict damage on the people of the United States of America. Yes, we're in a tight spot. We are. It's obvious. But love will find a way. And when you hear maybe spiritual talk about what we resist persists, I know that's a confusing concept because we do have to be activists. Ernest Holmes is pointing to the non-violence, the sort of the quiet, silent movement towards love and peace being the case. So we don't, and there's some readings today at Church of Spirituality that kind of connect to this, which wasn't intentional, but I can see where it all applies. If we continually just think about how bad it is, how bad it is, how bad it is, how bad it is, that creates an energy that doesn't really allow the good to be presented. I'll give you an example. So often when I'm doing spiritual life coaching, spiritual counseling with others, and this is a human kind of a tendency that we all do, and I offer up, well, here's an opportunity for a solution and a better way forward that will create better results. The ego of everybody, I think, automatically cuts off that idea because of a propensity towards thinking about the bad that will occur and then putting a lot of energy and without even knowing, right, the potential bad things that will occur. And that's resistance. So we have to kind of reel ourselves in and recognize, yes, we resist evil, but we also at the same time, and this is tricky, we resist evil, we reject Satan, we reject all the demonic, we reject it, right? But we have to go a step further and be open. And that openness is the non-resistance. Be open to there is a way and we will find it. And that love always finds a way. So when our focus becomes on the love and the goodness that does prevail, that will prevail, we become forces to be reckoned with. We become exceedingly powerful. I think what you're going to start to see in America, and I think we're starting to see it already, I did post earlier a little short video clip of two guys they started a little campfire in their little fire pit, and they burned the Trump Make America Great Again flag. That's a movement towards the good. That's a movement towards love. That's a movement towards, there's a transformation. There's definitely a transformation happening. So the non-resistance way is to put all our focus on things like that. We will get through this. Love will prevail. Our love for one another and our love for our country will rule the day. Start to look at the signs of it and don't set up resistance patterns by going, oh yeah, I know, but what about this? Because that's what the dark side needs for us to do. It needs for us to go, yeah, well, but what about this, Don't go there. It's meant to deceive you. Evil hides and evil deceives. So, really important. Come to church if you want to hear more. I'm going to pull 3 cards to guide us get through this day. Here in New England, I think the weather is finally broken. We're out of the deep freeze, so if that's happening for you, definitely get out today. Make a point to be outside and to take some deep breaths. Let's do that now. Take one deep breath in. Hold it. And a longer breath out. And I'll pull 3 cards. And maybe see you at 1 o'clock Eastern. And let's just ask the guides what to look for. Oh, I got 4 cards. Mercury going direct is a big deal. There's a lot of things that are going to change now that we're in this new energy. We can talk to Kathy about that at some point later. We need to call on our courage. We need to know that we are in charge and we are in control. We are large and in charge. This is bringing us out of our ordinary way of approaching things. Remember, I was talking about our tendency to go, yeah, right, well, that's too good. That's not going to happen. Be careful of that. Really, just stop yourself. It's worth it, personally, too. It's worth it to stop yourself and to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you putting more attention into? Cynicism? Pessimism? Creating negative things with your mind power? We all have to do this. I'm included in this. And then we have a car horn to kind of put a punctuation on it. This is a time to have courage, to take control, to come out of ordinary ways of thinking into new ways of thinking and new ways of experiencing. The mind, it's kind of like positive mind control. The mind is extremely powerful. And there's negative mind control, which all the cult members of MAGA have been immersed in, negative mind control. We also can have positive mind control. There's a book called The Silva Mind Control Method. You may have heard of it. And that's the positive. And Ernest Holmes, for that matter, sort of the slogan for Science of Mind is change your thinking, change your life. Okay? So let's really get into the mind control. The control card was kind of speaking to, let's control our thinking. Let's understand that we are the directors of what happens personally and in the collective. Where 2 or more are gathered, prayer and intention works. So let's keep our minds controlled. So when those negative, cynical, despairing thoughts pop in, that we go to a new thought of what positive is possible. Once again, I hope you can join us today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can always watch later after uploads. Church of Spirituality makes your life better. We have chanting, we have a sermon, we have spiritual readings, and the most important thing is that we have spiritual fellowship, and that is potent. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. All right, namaste.